Michelle, and welcome to vlog 11 for my vlog series for my newly published book Identity, which is available to be purchased at www.amazon.com or www.amazon.com.au. So today I'm looking at chapter 10, which is titled Time Passing By, and as usual I'm just going to give you guys some brief insight into the chapter. So the chapter starts off with me being discharged from hospital, and at this stage I just feel like a complete loser, totally out of place amongst everyone in my family, just amongst people that I've been introduced to. I feel as though I can't really relate to anyone, or nobody can really relate to me because I have a mental illness and everybody else is kind of living their lives, and I'm just kind of stuck at home, and I have to deal with the fact that after being in hospital and having my medication changed yet again, that I've put on weight, and I have to deal with that somehow. So I combat that by, at the time, pushing myself to exercise, and I also combat that by getting deep into the habit of smoking, so that my appetite would go down and that I wouldn't gain any more weight. But also at this time I'm also dealing with the medication being sedative once again, and not feeling as though I can't get up in the morning, feeling as though I can't get up to shower, and really struggling with that. But at this point in my life, somehow I'm managing to be able to have that self-motivation to exercise, and I also find myself just immersing myself in hours of recording and singing, and finding backing tracks on the internet to create song concepts and songs that I was working on at the time to put together for a demo, because at the time I really wanted to become a professional recording artist. So that's where all my time would kind of go, and I didn't really have any friends. So I guess that was my way of kind of keeping busy and kind of, I suppose, making myself happy as just being on my own and just being content with that. I mean, I had my family to hang out with when we had family gatherings, but other than that I didn't really know anybody or groups of people that I would hang out with, as all my friends that I'd kind of grown up with were in Queensland. So I ended up at this point as well spending a lot of time with my mum too. She had stopped working to become my full-time carer, so we would spend any spare time that we had, or whenever she wanted me to get out of the house and be social, she'd take me out to the local cafes where we would just smoke and have coffee, and eventually we made friends with the locals there, and it became a regular thing. Then I was given the go-ahead by my psychiatrist at the time to be able to enjoy small amounts of alcohol, which I was overjoyed about at the time, because I was so I hated the fact that when we had family gatherings or when we went to parties or whatever, I was unable to socialise without drinking, and I would have to explain why. So and it was kind of on point, because at this time as well my brother had been invited to this party in relation to one of his work colleagues, and I somehow got invited to go along with him, and it turned out to be quite an experience, which I write about in more detail in the chapter, which you can read about. But the thing that came out of that I was most grateful for was that my brother got quite drunk, and I feel for him, and I don't mean to say that in a derogatory way or anything, or any way of putting him down, but I was just happy to be spending time with him after everything that had happened over the years. I loved my brother then, and I still love my brother now, regardless of the circumstances. And I was just really grateful to be able to spend time with him and to bond with him, which I hadn't done in such a long time. And yeah, so that's basically how the chapter ends. Of course, there's more detail in it, but I hope you enjoy reading the chapter, and I'll see you in the next video. God bless.